Après, déluge. It don't mean nothing till you prove it all night. Richard Milhouse Nixon. There was a serious movement in Washington last week. Skinner called me from the senator's office late Thursday afternoon to say that he was no longer totally committed to his job as executive consultant with the Kennedy for President campaign. He is quitting the race, he said. We just got the word. He's going on TV in Boston in 10 minutes to announce his final decision. You lying swine, I shouted. Why do you bother me with these cheap political rumors? This one's true, he said. The man is pulling out. The whole campaign staff is terminated as of 10 o'clock this morning. People are weeping and clinging to each other. I just lost $500 a day for the next 2 years. Never mind the money. What's happening? Madness, he replied. Our switchboard almost shorted out. By 4:30 p.m., all the phone lines were lit up. The first guy said he's either got AIDS or there was another body in the car. The second guy said it's some kind of scandal. The third guy was a friend of his and said there must be some family tragedy. His son has cancer again, or something like that. The fourth person said he's getting unmarried. Said he's getting remarried. It's that strong-willed Czechoslovakian woman he's going out with. Hideous, I muttered. Truly hideous. And in between all these press calls are coming in. It's like when Nixon resigned. You'd pick up the phone to make a call, and you couldn't get a dial tone because all the circuits on Capitol Hill were tied up. It was a bombshell. Are you serious? You didn't know? Nobody knew, he said. Not even Pat Cattle, his new superpower consulting firm that broke up 2 days ago. They didn't even know. When he and Doak and Shrum split up, Cattle was in the other room screaming. It's a Kennedy plot. It's part of the Kennedy for President thing. That's how weird this has been. What did this do to the party, I ask him. It's chaos. Jesse Jackson can be the nominee now. With the 15 southern states combining for Super Tuesday. You've got 9 whites in the race, and Jesse. So Jesse wins 15 primaries on Super Tuesday. That's it. I've got nothing else to say. No more stories on the Kennedy thing. So, I said, out of nowhere, comes a strong-willed Czechoslovakian woman who is now credited by top-level Washington gossip as being perhaps the only legitimate reason that Senator Edward M. Kennedy of Massachusetts has suddenly decided to drop out of the presidential race, where he is a 2-to-1 favorite over all the other candidates. Yep, Skinner replied. That's what they'll be saying at Duke Zeibert's tomorrow, when Bob Strauss and Hamilton Jordan eat lunch. What about you, I asked. Not me. I'm going to the racetrack tomorrow, he said. There are more important things than who's going to be the next president of the United States. Most nights are slow in the politics business, but every once in a while you get a fast one, a blast of wild treachery and weirdness that not even the hard boys can handle. It is an evil trade. On most days, and nobody smart will defend it, except maybe Ronald Reagan, who seems dumber than 3 mules, but he is, after all, the president. He can drop bombs on any town in the world and have anybody who bothers him arrested. That is not a bad gig. In this world, and it raises certain questions about dumbness. It is like calling Herschel Walker a fool for earning $1 million a year for doing nothing at all. There is no need for the President of the United States to be smart. He can be hovering on the grim cusp of brain death and still be the most powerful man in the world. He can arrest the chief of the mafia and sell the Washington Monument to Arabs, and nobody will question his judgment. These things happen. And he is, after all, our leader, a man widely admired by the public. Year-end polls show him always to be the best dressed, the most popular, and the most desired donor to all sperm banks. They laugh at Thomas Edison, but they whimper like dogs when they come to the gate of the White House. Frank Sinatra is said to be smart, but he was fired and cut off from every casino in New Jersey when he tried to play blackjack by rules he learned in Nevada. Cancelled. Get out of town by We never really liked you anyway. Not even Bruce Springsteen could help Frank in Atlantic City. They chased him out like a wino. It was an ugly thing to see. And even Frank Sinatra worships the president. He croons love songs to the president's wife, and his friends take tea in the East Wing. We live in troubled times. Bull fruits roam the streets of St. Louis, and even the Secretary of State was threatened with being forced to submit to a lie detector test for reasons of routine security. Mike Ditka is jailed for drunken driving in Chicago on the day of the Bears' greatest victory since 1942. I'm finished in this town, Skinner said. I'm going back to Bangkok. The year of the rat never ended.